Hello, friends. It's Chris Hain coming at you for another episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. And tonight, we're going to talk about money, being stuck with money, and the mindset required to get to the other side. So let's go back in time, shall we? I want to go back in time to my 20s. I am now 44. So let's go back in time. And there was a time when I got into real estate because I didn't know what I wanted to do. The truth of it is I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know where I fit or where I belonged. And I couldn't just not have a job as an adult and a married man. I needed to find a place to go to work. And I got into real estate partially because I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I saw something for myself. I thought, wow, business could work for me because of financial freedom. Now, sometimes when you pick a direction in life, it's not necessarily because it's the best fit for you, but there's something that speaks to you and you do the best with what you have. And I don't know that I was meant to be in business. I didn't feel like I was a business person, but I was curious. I was captivated. There was something about this idea of financial freedom that spoke to me. And I love the idea of lifestyle, right? Like I'm a free spirit. So that I could have a business and kind of make my own rules and do my own thing, like that spoke to me. Little did I know, the path of an entrepreneur, the path of someone in business for themselves would be much harder than I thought it was. And that's part of the story. But let's just go back. So I got into real estate at the age of 24, and I thought I would surely make lots of money quickly, only to find out that I depleted all of our savings within 3 months and didn't make my first sale until 9 months into this this career choice, which was, needless to say, risky, embarrassing, hard, financially hard. And I remember this moment where I had I don't even remember the year now. Maybe it was a 92 Honda Civic. It was like that lime green Honda Civic, 4 doors, stick shift. And it was the winter. I lived in Gig Harbor at the time, and my battery died. And I didn't have money. I did not have money to replace the battery. And, this is one of those moments where it wasn't the last time, by the way, it wasn't the last time I would be stuck financially and not knowing what to do. But it was one of the first times that I remember being like, I don't know what to do. I was literally stuck. Like literally stuck. I was immobile. I could not drive. My car died. The battery died at the apartments my wife and I lived at the time. And I just, thankfully for some friends who heard about our financial trouble, they gave us enough money to buy a battery for my car. So I bought a battery for my car. But when you go through something like that, right? Like you go through these soul-searching moments of like, why in all of this financial hardship am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I doing this? You have to really, especially, listen, and when money comes, when some blessing out of nowhere comes to you and you receive money for the thing you were needing money for, with no prospects in your future. You're like, okay, I just got my battery replaced. What do? Do I go back into a 100% commission job or career where I don't know I don't know where the next lead is coming from or where my next paycheck is coming from? Or do I go find something stable? This is the question, right? Like, what do you do now? So, let me just pause for a minute because this, friends, is our path. This is our path. I will say this to you, most of the people in this tribe are not 24. We are further in life to the point where we've found a calling. We found something in our soul that feels important to do. There's this calling, like it really calls to us. A calling because it pulls you forward. You contemplate going back to work, getting a job, doing something different. And there's something inside of you that says, no, we can't go back. We have to go forward. And our friends and our spouses and our family think we're crazy. They're like, dude, you are crazy. You didn't even know how to you didn't have money to put a battery in your car. And you want to go back into that fire? You want to go back into those unknown trenches of uncertainty and poverty and whatever? For what? For what? But a calling is like that, right? There is something, and it's not even like real estate was the calling, but there was a life calling me. There was a life that was calling to me. And in the moment, at that time at 24, I only had real estate as the vehicle, right? And like I said, that wasn't the last time that I was in that spot financially where I'm like, I don't know what to do next. And then miraculously, through friends, through family, through blessings, through miracles, money shows up. It always has. It always has. I don't know how to explain that. It always has. You have a choice to make. The money shows up, and then what? Do you go back? Do you retreat? Do you go to what's known and safe? Do you punch a clock and live inside of somebody else's dream? Or do you chase your own dream? And I think for us in this tribe, what we've decided is there is a calling on our life. There is something we want to produce in the world. And we can't go back. We can't go back. We would feel like we're selling out on what we're here for. In other words, we didn't come this far to only go back, but we don't have an answer for what's next. And so, friends, here's the point. When you get to those moments in life, there is a mindset required to move forward. And that mindset is one of bravery. That mindset is one of being brave. What does it mean to be brave? Well, for me, it was I don't know what's in front of me. I just got money I just replaced the battery in my car. I don't know what's in front of me, but I will figure it out. I will figure it out. I will take my lumps. I will do the work. I will figure it out. That takes a ton of bravery in the face of uncertainty, right? In the face of not knowing what's coming, for you to be brave in pursuit of the calling on your life. It takes a ton of bravery. Now, I will tell you that I didn't feel brave. It didn't feel brave. I just felt like I was doing what I was called to do. I just had to move forward. I actually, instead of feeling brave, the feeling of it was actually embarrassed, shame, inadequate, not good enough, lots of self-doubt. That's what it can feel like. But see, that's the point of bravery, isn't it? Like, to move forward in spite of all of those feelings is the very definition of bravery. So let's wrap with this, gang. It can be a tough road when you have a calling on your life, and you are not guaranteed some cushy lifestyle when there's a calling on your life. We may have answered the call and hoped that lifestyle and abundance was a part of the call. But we weren't guaranteed that. If your heart is for people, if your heart is to make a difference, abundance is not a guarantee. It's not. It's been hard for me. I've been in business for 19 years. Most of those below the poverty line. Well, I wouldn't say below the poverty, but definitely not abundant, right? Definitely figuring it out as I go. In the last, I've been now in this coaching business. I've had my coaching business for 9 years on my own, 100%. Like, just, I make what I make, right? I make what I make. And I would say the last 3 years have been the most lucrative of those 9 years. And the last 12 months have been the most lucrative of those 3. Like a financial breakthrough for me. But 19 years of figuring it out, like, there's something bigger going on there than just money. It wasn't about money for me. There was a calling, there was a pulling, something speaking to me. And what it requires for you To go the distance is to be brave in the face of feeling shame, embarrassment, not good enough, inadequate, scared, uncertain. In the face of all of that you keep showing up. Because the mindset, not the feeling, but the mindset is bravery. The mindset is I will press on. I will press on. That's what's required to go the distance. You don't know. Abundance wasn't guaranteed to you. There was no handout that said you're going to be abundant. And it's not actually why you're doing this. You could make a lot more money doing something else, probably. Doesn't mean abundance isn't there. Doesn't mean abundance isn't possible. It's a possibility, yes? On one hand, you can be stuck in the conversation of money. And on the flip side, right, in a place where there is mission over here, like something to attain, there is. I believe in my heart that the whole saying of, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. Like, I believe that. That is true. I believe that is a truth. But there's a path to get there, and it's not an overnight thing. And so between now and then, what's required is bravery to keep going. So, welcome to marketing for the rest of us. Yes? Like, that's the whole point, right? The rest of us, we're not in this for a cheap trick. This isn't about some overnight transaction. This is about making a difference in the world. For you and me, the business we've aligned ourselves with is a business that is about making a difference in the world. And if that's what you want to do, then congratulations. Like, that's noble and beautiful and amazing. And it's not guaranteed abundance. And so you press on. You press on with bravery, because that is the mindset required to go the distance. And I think what you'll find, as I've been finding, is the more aligned you get with your work and your message and your tribe, the more you're clear about who you're here to serve and what you want to say to them, the more you'll find the resonance in your work and your marketing. And that's the place where you get to help more people. When you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. Well, part of what's in your way right now of helping enough people get what they want is you're not clear on your message. You're not clear what to say in marketing. And so you can't help enough people get what they want to get what you want, because you're not clear enough. They're confused. The group of people you want to serve, if you even know who that is, by the way, the group of people you want to serve, you're not clear enough about who they are. And if you were clear about who they are, you're not clear enough in what you say to them. You say things that are ambiguous and abstract and unclear and elusive. And so they can't even know that you're the right fit for them, because they don't know what you're offering. And so you press on with bravery, and good for you to press on with bravery. Now, the good news for you is you don't have to keep pressing on in ambiguity, right? You don't have to keep pressing on and not knowing what to say or knowing who it's for. My program, the Groundswell Method Intensive, is designed for that. The Groundswell Method Intensive is a 6-week program with me where we go into depth on what it is you're here to say to the world. What is the conversation you're leading, and who are you leading it for? And once you get clear about those two things, everything changes. Your confidence changes, your clarity changes, the programs you offer changes, and from all of that, your income changes. I'm just telling you from my own path. Last 3 years have been the most abundant for me, and the last year of those 3 years has been the biggest year for me financially. But there was a time when I was stuck financially and I needed somebody to give me money to replace the battery in my car. And what it required was bravery and a little perspective. So if you'd like some perspective, I can't provide the bravery for you. That's up to you, right? You've got to continue. It's not a one-time thing. It's an always thing. It's an ongoing thing to conjure and find that bravery to keep going. But in the space of that bravery, then it's about finding the methods, the skills, the alignment, the practices to dial in your message and who it's for. And if you can do that, then you can help enough people get what they want. so that what? You can get what you want. If you'd like to learn more about my program, go to groundswellmethod.com. There are some videos waiting for you there. And on the last page of those videos is an application button to my next upcoming 6-week program. Until tomorrow, gang, have a great night.